Great.
I'm Annette.
I am Nietzsche. Hello, everyone.
Yeah, and this
Hey,
is
Pride.
the Frozen Synapse Live pre-show. We're currently suffering some technical problems that I can't seem to log on to UK1.
Guys. Yeah, the main server UK1 has been basically overloaded with players since the, Steam sale this weekend.
Since it's apparently too hard for people to join other servers instead.
Yeah, if you are listening to this and you're wondering about the insane amount of lag or waiting time that you're getting on UK1, that is because the server is currently really busy, and a good way to get around this is just to log on to another server. Your stats will carry over between servers. They just won't be updated immediately. The only thing is that your replays won't be transferred between servers. So that's the only disadvantage, I guess, of logging onto another server. How's it going, Meneth? Are you getting onto UK1?
No, not yet.
Oh no. Hopefully we can get you on there, because it's really quite important that we're able to get Meneth on UK1. So we
Yes,
can actually
everyone, get the fuck off UK1. Especially you, Sinroth. I blame you for my crash. I was on UK1 already.
Sinroth is the cause of all problems related to this stream, lag on servers, everything. Just if you're upset and you can't find a game or anything, just, contact Sinrath. We don't have his email, but I'm sure you could try and find it and just spam his messages, telling him that everything is his fault. Oh, goodness. So, DGL10? DGL10, right?
What? Yeah, it started earlier today.
Yeah, it kicked off earlier today. Hopefully everyone's matches are going well, and they're getting some interesting games out of it. I know I had a really nice match against JM Zen that we played earlier today. And, yeah, everyone should be joining the tournaments, because it is one of the quickest...
UK1, I'm on.
Yes, oh, thank God.
I'm guessing Sinroth just got off, so I finally got back on.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of things in the chat saying, I love this game, it is the best game. Yes, this is an incredible game, we all love it so much, and, hopefully we'll be giving you some nice tips for, I don't know if there's any newer players that are going to be watching the stream, people that bought during the incredible Steam sale that happened earlier that's still ongoing. And so we are going to spend a little bit more time talking about the basic stuff that some of our usual watchers perhaps already have under their belt. But we will be doing our usual commentary as well. I'm also just drinking some coffee.
At least he claims it's coffee.
Yeah, well, no, it is. It's, coffee is very important to me. It is, for me, it's enthusiasm serum. Also a little bit of intelligence, I would say. Keeps me quick thinking. So what else has happened in the
Frozen Synapse
past,
world.
yeah, in the Frozen Synapse world.
Not much really.
Oh, I saw Dev Gaming also published some really nice videos that Jeffis did. Did you notice that?
Huh? What?
Uh, Jeffis did some. He didn't do audio commentary. He did a little bit of text commentary on some of his tournament wins. I believe those are being hosted on Dev Gaming's YouTube page. But basically, they're just replays of the games with a little bit of text commentary.
Right, I probably shouldn't have private messages up on stream. Oh well, I hope that's fine with Score Graphic.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can all look at what he's saying right now.
Yeah, watch this nub. This nub saw Jeffis's videos, and you should all watch them too. Jeffis is one of my favorite players. Thankfully, too, we're going to be looking at a bunch of his games today. Jeffis is a really incredible player, and those videos were quite good. So hopefully, everyone gets a chance to check out that content.
Right, only a few minutes till till the stream starts. Hopefully no more crashes. As long as Sinrot doesn't do anything, that should be fine.
Hopefully if there are any audio problems or any other sorts of problems,
we know it's Sinrat's fault.
People who are watching, yeah. Well, first of all, we'll know it's Sinrat's fault, but second of all, we're hoping that the chat will inform us so that we don't keep streaming on with food on our faces, so to speak.
Yeah, only a minute or two to go now.
Yeah, so we had Jeffis's videos went up, which you should all check out. They're basically just run-throughs of his 2 recent tournament wins, one of which we will be looking at today. There was this Steam sale and the servers going absolutely apeshit with people. I'm sure Amroth and company are very happy, but also very busy trying to make everyone happy.
Yeah, and we've got 10 games scheduled for today. 3 between Propost and Lutze, and 3 between Jeffis and Watch This Nub, and then 2 with Propost versus Jeffis. After that, we've got a very recent game which highlights some common problems amongst newbies, and then we've got a rather old game submitted by Siren, which is quite interesting and is at a quite high level.
Very, very cool. So what of the 3 DGL matches, what are you the most excited to look at?
Well, the finals are always the most exciting, really.
Yeah.
But I think all of the 8 DGL matches should be interesting.
Yeah, I'm particularly quite looking forward to looking at Propass versus Lutze. I've never played Lutze. I think that's how you say his name. Of course, I'm an American and say everything quite stupidly, but Lutze is one. I believe he's still top 10, right? He's still a top 10 player.
Yeah, I think so.
On the ladder.
I've never actually seen him play.
Yeah. So and Propass, who I played a match against. I believe it's the semis of maybe DGL 6. I'm not, or DGL 7. I'm not sure, but we played. Wow, it was a very, very close match that I just narrowly won by basically milliseconds in our secure game. So I've had some experience playing him, and he's quite an interesting player. So, and of course, you know, Propass versus Jeffis. I've always really liked looking at Jeffis's games. Okay, get done with my comment.
Right, and
It's
let's
done.
begin.
All right.
Right, this is the first match between Lutze and Propost. It's a secure match, and Lutze has won the bid. The spawn zones are up on the side here, and it's a pretty interesting secure map, as unlike most maps, there are actually explosives in this one.
Yeah, this should make for a very interesting match. Personally, I far prefer pro pass position. Simply because I find the grenade to be slightly more useful in this situation. Both both the rocket and grenade are more useful for attacking, whereas in a game like Charge, for instance, they're generally more useful for defending. But I would say overall, given the map and everything, that the grenade is probably a little bit better to have than the rocket launcher.
Personally, I think it depends a lot. A rocket launcher can be quite useful and secure, as it can open up passageways where your opponent wouldn't expect it. For example, you might shoot a hole in the middle of this wall and then blindside your opponent, or similar. Or you can just lob a rocket right into the room and hopefully get a kill or two.
Yeah. Alright, well, so what do you think about the bid? Personally...
Well, I would also bid very conservatively on this map, but I think Lutz's bid is a bit risky, as if Propost manages to get up close to the house, he can just lob a grenade right in and kill most of the units there.
Yeah, I would say that Lutz is definitely in a position where he's going to have to play really quite energetically in order to, well, dodge grenades while at the same time getting himself in a position where he can prevent the enemy from rushing into the bid zone.
Yeah. One important factor, though, is that Propost will have no available cover basically when advancing. The only available cover while advancing here is over here, and he's not chosen to go for that.
Yeah. Alright, well, why don't we just play through turn 1 and see what happens?
Yeah, well, it's kind of a logical place to send that rocket, as if Propost had tried to go on the upper side, he would likely have lost a unit or two.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure what Lutz is trying to do here, and for his sake I hope he manages to escape in time.
Yeah, me too. I think he probably will. And my guess is he was probably just trying to catch a unit out of position, if it was. But it looks as though Propast has the advantage in this firefight. So.
Yeah, I think what Lutz might have been trying to do is get any advancing unit here, as he probably went around this corner while aiming, which would give him a large enough advantage to kill an advancing MG, unless that MG happened to be aiming as well.
Right. Alright, well, everything seems pretty logical this turn. What would your plan be going into turn 2?
Well, it of course depends on the outcome of this firefight. I would, if I could, kill one unit and then escape, or if not, just escape. I'd probably bring
assuming you could escape.
Yeah, he probably can.
Yeah.
It would be silly of him to time it any other way after all. Well, with this rocket here I will probably bring it a bit up so that I could fire a rocket down, or a bit down so I could destroy this corner here and then shoot my MG through there.
Yeah. That'll all rely on using the stillness advantage. So you would position your MG such that as the wall is being blown apart by the rocket, you would catch any moving MGs in an advantageous firefight because your unit is standing still.
Yeah. As to Propast, I'm not quite sure what to do. If I anticipated a rocket to destroy this wall, I'd lob a grenade in the same direction. And if so, then Propast would likely win if that's what happened, as that would take out both these MGs.
Yeah.
So, well,
All
let's
right.
just see what they actually do.
Yeah.
Yeah, he takes out that wall. Ooh.
Ooh. Okay, so it looks like you had a trade of MGs. Now, this is quite strange to me, as I feel as though, well, first of all, the rocket launcher's death is something that might have been able to be prepared for, and I'm trying to look at this again.
Yeah, he probably shouldn't have gone around
Wow.
that corner, really.
Yeah, but also nice foresight from Propast with that grenade, expecting the rocket launcher to try to make a run up into that top area. The one thing, though, that seems a little odd to me is that the #1 MG here has been useless in this firefight, and if it had traveled down just slightly further, you might have potentially seen, well, it looks as though the #1 MG is ignoring the grenade launcher, which is generally it's quite smart play, but you could have seen
Yeah,
the
if
number
he'd move a bit to the right or downwards, then
yeah,
he could have
downwards,
probably
just,
gotten a kill.
yeah, exactly.
And
While the #1 MG was firing and killing off the whatever, the #2 MG of Lutze, #1 could have gotten into a position to take him out.
yeah, and if this MG had been a bit further down, then it would have had a cover advantage as well over these units down here.
Yeah.
Of course, that would also be somewhat risky, as it would decrease his field of view and might have made it so that this couldn't shoot an advancing MG here, but that would of course leave these MGs vulnerable to this MG.
Yeah.
So if he had moved this one a bit further down and this one not quite as far up, then this firefight would probably have ended otherwise.
Yeah, definitely. All right, well, let's move on to what looks to be the last turn. Obviously, Lutze is at quite a bit of a disadvantage.
Yeah. Propast can just lob a grenade right in, and there's not really much Lutze can do about it.
Yeah, he can even just leave his MG stationary this turn, because he does have quite a bit more time to try and come up with a strategy for running into the secure area.
Well, and yeah, grenade takes him right out.
Yeah. All right. Well, nice first match. It looks like well, let's just head right into the next one.
Yeah, there were some fancy tactics, but Lutze didn't execute his tactics quite well enough.
Yeah.
And
Now
charge.
you'll have to. Yeah.
Ends with 70 instead of 69.
You're right. Yeah. We'll see if the server lag will.
I managed to load the game fine at least. The problem
Okay,
was
mine's
actually
just
logging.
now loading. Sorry, we may take a little bit more time. Okay, it's loaded. And we may take a little bit more time to move in between games because of the current server, whatever, busyness.
Overload.
Yeah.
Yeah, sniper, MG, and rocket versus an MG and 2 shotgunners. I'd say Propost's team is the best offensive team. So yeah. But also that Lutze is the best defensive team, so I'd make sure that if I were Lutz, I'd make sure that Propast couldn't win with a tiny bid, but I would also kind of try to lose the bid. So yeah, I'd bid roughly the same as he did.
Yeah, exactly. I would as well. And it looks like he's got himself in a decent position for defending, as well. There, the wall, the buildings in the middle, will be able to be opened up by the rocket launcher, and if that happens, then the sniper and MG will have quite a large advantage in the open area on Lutz's side. So let's see what they do on the first turn.
Yeah, his rocket placement is a bit bad. That really didn't have a chance of taking out anything.
Yeah,
except maybe the MG, but yeah.
Yeah, I would have much rather have seen him just from the very first turn just use the rocket launcher to take out the central building.
Yeah, he should probably start with this wall here and then this wall, maybe.
Yeah. Just because it is going to take quite a bit of time to take out those walls, and you're probably also going to need to take out a bit of the building at the top as well, which will take quite some time. So I would have liked to see him get started on that first turn.
Yeah, Propast should probably have advanced a bit further, but he's still got plenty of time to get across the line.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not sure exactly why.
Well, it would have been somewhat risky to advance further, as he could have been taken up by rockets. Well, yeah. Let's just play the next turn and see how it goes. Yeah, Lutz now starts to take out walls. He should have started doing this the last turn, really, because then he'd have this gun as well, and then he'd have probably taken out this MG down here already.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not sure what Propast is trying to do with his shotgun up here.
Yeah, well, a natural place for him to try and rush the bid line is going to be that top area in front of that building, using that for cover from the MG and sniper.
Yeah, Lutz should probably have his sniper a bit further ahead as well, as that would give him a slightly larger field of view.
Yeah, but overall, I would say that everything that's happening at the moment is pretty standard and logical. They both have opened this game how I would expect. They haven't tried anything that unusual.
Yeah, but I would have expected Lutz to move his sniper behind this cover here, as the enemy would have a larger kill time on him than in his current position, and he'd have a shorter kill time and a larger field of view.
Yeah.
So there really would be no disadvantage to doing so, and quite a few advantages.
Yeah. It looks like there's some talk in the chat about what constitutes cover. I just wanted to. It looks like it's already been answered, but
I'll give a very exact answer.
Okay.
Cover is to no one's advantage if you're equally close to the cover, or roughly. For it to actually give you an advantage, your enemy has to be at least twice as far from the cover as you are. If that's not the case, then you both get slowed down by the cover.
Yeah, the way the cover advantage works is that it does not speed up your kill timer. It slows down the kill timer, or extends the kill timer for the enemy not behind cover. But they were discussing whether or not corners of walls provide cover.
Yeah, they do not.
They do not.
Not
They
at all.
do not provide any sort of cover advantage. However, corners are quite useful to use simply because of the fact that the wall breaks line of sight for any enemy that could potentially flank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can use corners, for example, to counter distractions. If you have an MG and your opponent has 2, for example, and you suspect he'll do a distraction, then you can first walk up while ignoring one of the MGs, walk back down, and switch the ignore.
Yeah.
This
Yeah,
will counter almost any distraction if you manage to execute this well.
Yeah. Distraction is a technique that players getting into the game might think is somehow sort of cheap or something, but as you learn all the different situations in which distraction can occur, and you learn the various counters, you just realize that the possibility of, just distraction, the use of it is so ubiquitous, and it's just such a fundamental part of the game. That said, I think it's important to point out for people that might think that they might have lost a unit due to a distraction technique, that this game is quite good in that numerical advantage generally will win. If you have 2 units versus 1, and even one is behind cover, you should not expect that unit to be able to take out 2 other ones. You should expect your opponent to try a